Hey, hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. I'm on time for a change. I hope you're all well. We are, thank goodness, at long last. We're still breathing anyway, I suppose, as a bonus, says he, coughing away. I hope everybody's well, as I've said. Welcome to Saturday night. We're Conker, and that be I be Conker. And it's lovely to see you all. I see we've got 17 already in the house, and hopefully, just hopefully, there might be a certain young lady called India who I work with who admitted that she actually watched me the other night. So we'll wait and see. Be interesting. Bet she don't come on though. That's the job that I do, as you may or may not know. I work in a doctor's surgery on the call center 2 afternoons a week, dealing with the great unwashed. I'm sorry, public, patients, customers, call them what you want. I know what I would call them, but that's not broadcastable. The majority, 99%, are lovely, lovely people, or at least quite nice. The odd 1% can cause a few problems. We actually had this week, let me just tell you, one of the girls had answered a phone call about somebody wanting, I don't even know what it was, but she couldn't give the patient whatever it wanted. This patient ranted and raved at her on the phone to the point when um, my colleague, this lady, terminated the call. That's what we have to do. Is what we're told to do. This chap then came back again and had another go and reduced this lovely lady. Her name's Penny, by the way. Penny, if you're watching, to tears. And I've never seen the lady. I've never seen Penny in tears. That is not acceptable. Totally unacceptable. But there we go. That's what these people do. But only last week, because I was, as you know, I was on sick leave. On last week, another of my colleagues, Debbie, answered a call and tried to help this certain gentleman and was unable to do so. And anyway, long story short, this guy turned up at the surgery, stormed into the surgery upstairs where we live, trying all the doors, trying to get in because they're all security locked, threatening to kill her. Can you believe such a thing? He actually threatened to kill her. Do you know what he wanted? Puffer to go up his nose. That's all it's all about. He was a time served prisoner, one of many that we look after, bless him. And yeah, so we reported it to our manager who said, oh, well, these things happen. Why we still work there, I have no idea. Anyway, there we go. So that was part and parcel of work. Every day's a fun day. So what else have I and my present Mrs. H been up to? Well, apart from mowing the lawn about 12 times because the grass growing like weeds, I had a chap, I repaired a steel strimmer for him who said it wouldn't start. So a couple of questions later, like, when did you last time use it? Oh, last November, October, I can't remember. So did you drain the fuel? No, I just put it in the shed. So funny old thing, this thing wouldn't start. Put a bit of time and effort into it, and one or two of the guys that are on a particular app I'm on gave me some advice, and I followed it and got it to run. And it ran very well, actually, and I used some pre-mixed two-stroke, which I actually appreciate. I think it's really good stuff, and let him have it back. He said to me the following day, it doesn't run properly. It turned out I hadn't engaged the tube and the drive shaft properly into the clutch. A mistake, no problem. All put back together. And he went away a very happy man until the following day. He said, and he texted me saying, Phil, I've got a bit of a problem. I only ran it for 40 minutes, two-stroke, and it stopped and won't start again. Well, strange, say I. I wonder why. He said, well, I left it then for an hour, went back, and it started again, but not very well, kept spluttering. I said, well, drop it round, and I'll have another look for you, thinking maybe the new diaphragms were playing up. And I suddenly had a thought. 40 minutes running on a two-stroke tank is probably going to use quite a lot of fuel. So I contacted him again and asked him to check that maybe that the fuel pickup, the filter, was actually in the lowest point, therefore would pick up fuel. And he said yes, he confirmed it was. And I then said, well, what, maybe, just maybe, fill it up with fuel again and try it. Surprise, surprise. He phoned me back the following day. I've now run it 2 20-minute sessions and there's no problems whatsoever. The silly bugger ran out of fuel. It ain't got no gas, as they say. They're about. They live amongst us. I've also managed to sell the steel FS52 that I repaired and did up back last winter time. Can you remember? I don't know. Anyway, the chap came in and bought that. Absolutely delighted. And another one came in, the old Honda Izzy that I sold to a chap. Did he tell I'm using it? He said, no problem whatsoever. But last time, I had a heck of a job to start it. It would only tick over. Can you have a look? Yeah, of course I can. It took about 30 seconds to have a look at it. And what he'd done when he turned off the tap, the fuel tap, he'd forced it down and it then got behind the governor. So funny old thing, the thing wouldn't rev. That cost him an hour's work. There we go. There we go. So that's what we've been up to. Apart from, well, the missus doing a bit of gardening, me working and me messing around with all these bits and bobs. There we are. And yeah, so quite a pleasant week, quite frankly. Anyway, enough of me nonsense on. There's 30 odd people watching. Each and everybody is more than welcome. And oh, by the way, guess tea tonight. Mussels, moulinaire, is it called? Mussels with a white wine sauce with some sourdough bread. And honest to goodness me, it was a wonderful meal. I might be a bit hungry later on though. Let's see who's in the chat. So let's have a look to see who's around because I've been yapping on long enough. Where are we? Good grief, been on for 7 minutes. So here we go. DNR Small Engines. Good evening, DNR. Hello, my good friend. How are you? I'm extremely well, my friend. It's lovely to see you. Always support me. Thank you. Henry Big Dog. Hey, Henry. How are you, my friend? Look forward to having a chat later on. Soon, I hope. Hobby Maverick. Klaus. Good evening, Klaus. I know you've been you've had a few days off, mate. I hope you've enjoyed your elected holiday before you start your new job, and I really do hope it goes well for you, my friend. I see you're talking to Big Dog Henry there. Ken Small Engines, good evening, Ken. I hope you're well, my friend. Ken is the source of all information for those of you that don't know. If you want to know a part number or how something works, he is your man. He really is. Hobby Motor saying hello to everybody. Apparently, Hobby Motor is ready to be conked. Well, that's a new expression. Moving on. Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Mac 210 just come in. Mac, good to see you, my friend. Saying hello to everyone else. Hobby Motor, Mac saying hello. Grass Cutter Palmer, Tim. Good evening, Tim. I think you've had a bit of a milestone, have you, with your site? So congratulations, my friend. Moving on, Dick Small Engines. Good evening, Dick Small Engines. Evening, comrades. I hope all is well. I'm sure you are, my friend, as well. Excuse me, frogging me throat. Moving on down through to you. I was just going to join this. If I missed you, as always, please give me a shout. John Rose. Good evening, TC. Good evening to you, John. I hope you're well, my friend. People are saying hello to everybody else. Vincent Price. Good evening, Vincent. We've dropped to 28, so obviously I've bored 2 people. So apologies. Tar Heel Aerials. Hello, mate. I know we've started seeing you again. It's great to see you on the side there, mate. Come and join us. Be more than welcome. Bruce's Shop. Good evening, Bruce. Watch one of your videos today on doing valve clearance and one thing and another. You're back online, mate. It's great to see you back after your holiday. Bruce's Shop. Conker 10987. Yeah, there we go, mate. Glenn Rogers. Good evening, Glenn. Hi, all in chat, he says, and good evening to you, sir. Good evening to see you. I think all this probably was on before he started yapping. Moving on down, Vincent Price saying hello to me. Vincent, good evening to you, sir. Vincent Price, Hobby Motor Wayne. Evening, Wayne. Are you related to Tom the actor, Tom Hart? No, I'm not actually. Although we have tried to trace our family back to the Thomas Hardy of the writer way back in the early century, I believe, in Dorset, because my family originally came from Shaftesbury, which is in Dorset, and there is a tenuous link to him and his family. Who knows? One thing's for sure, I can't write a book, but there again, he can't fix a mower. Nor can I. Well, moving on. Everybody saying hello to everybody else. Vintage Engine Repairs. Hello, mate. How are you doing, Tom? Good to see you, as always. Thanks for the input the other day, by the way, with the carburetor. If ever you want to speak to anybody who knows about two-strokes, have a word with Tom of Vintage Engine Repairs. There's a shout-out for you, mate. This guy, he knows his two-strokes. He really does. Yeah. I'm a nice man. Hobby Motors saying hello. Mick Hardy, good evening to you, Mick. I hope you're well, my friend. We are. Mr. Bruce is saying, Vintage, Tom is saying hello to Mr. Bruce. Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Dick Small Engines. If I missed you, please give me a shout, as I'm going to put out the link in a few minutes if I can. Oh no. Good evening, Bill. I see you're playing with your tools again. What? You're in the casino with your wife? Good God, you must be a wealthy man, my friend. Let's I'm gonna move on. Let's put the invite out. There we go. There we go. Let's put it in there and see who's around tonight. Paste and boom. There it goes. So there's the link just gone out for any and everybody who'd like to come along and have a yap. And if you want to take the Mickey out t-shirt, I don't mind. There we go. Oh, they're turning up now. Here we go. Lovely. It's lovely to see everybody all waiting. It's brilliant. It really is. Bruce's shop saying hello to everybody else. Lewis Mowers and Boats. Good evening, Lewis. I hope you're well, my friend. It's lovely to see you. I can see you waving down there in the cellar. We'll have a chat in a minute, mate. Nice to see you. Vincent Price, I have a Suffolk 14 SK cylinder motor that is missing a governor spring. Does that have an idea? I'll put that out for you a minute. Just let people read that for you. You never know. Somebody here might be able to help you. We're getting down to the bottom now. I think we've got most people. We've collected all of them. Ben Workshop saying hello to everybody else. Hope you're well, Ben. And we are just... Oh, no, I just jumped again. Let's see if we can get right the way down. And Mick Hardy saying hello to everybody. And we are there, I think. Oh, Stella. Did I see somebody said the grass lot? Where's the grass lady? Where's Stella? Well, Stella said, if I missed you, my darling. Oh, there you go. Waiting for custom pickup a weigher. A weigher. What's a weigher? Washer, maybe. And it's good to see, forever you know, that Stella adds the glamour to the evening. And always tends to cause a bit of trouble. So anybody can help out Vincent there. He's looking for a governor spring. You never know. Maybe somebody can help him here tonight. And I got to try and find out how to turn that off now. Right then, let's say hello to everybody. Good evening, everybody. We've got a cellar full already. There's 28 people watching. So let's bring up this the ne'er-do-wells, young fellow, my lads. And talking of which, Bruce. Good evening, Bruce. How are you, my friend?
Geez, I'm first.
You are, my friend. Good to see you. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm tired.
I enjoyed your video today, doing the valve lash.
Oh, thank you.
I did. That was well worth watching. Quite informative, as always, you know?
Yeah. Isn't it interesting? That's the one where you put in as much effort as you possibly can, and it still doesn't run right.
Well, win some, lose some. But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's a friend. The owner is a friend, so he's willing to keep going.
Okay. So what do you think? Do you think there's a root cause there somewhere that you've not sussed yet?
Yes, in the video next Tuesday.
Ah.
Hate to do that. I keep going on it, and I found a sheared bolt that was sheared off so smooth on the block that it wasn't holding the carburetor manifold bracket tight against the block. So
yeah,
that's next Tuesday.
So you've spoiled it now for all of us to watch it next year.
There's only 30 of you out there.
Henry, good evening. How are you, my friend?
Good. How you doing, guys?
Great to see you, my friend. How are you? Keeping well?
Yeah, keeping dry anyways. It's so wet out there.
Is it right? Oh, we've had a beautiful day. Early spring day today. It's been absolutely beautiful.
We're in a drought. Yeah, we're in a drought.
Mrs. H has been to the Duck Fair today, although I think they call it the Goose Fair, but whatever. It's a local village. We live close by. They have this spring fair every year where all the locals try to sell all their tack out of the back gardens.
Nice.
And Mrs. H came home with some ginger fudge for me. I will be enjoying that later on.
Okay.
Ken, good evening, my friend. How are you?
Good. I want to talk about two strokes later. I see Tom's on. We spent about an hour on the phone trying to tune a carb this morning. And Chinesium, I tell you, you get either good one or a bad one. Sure. Today, I got a bad one. But we did the best we can. Yeah, but it's funny. We'll talk about it later. But basically, you get to a point where is the customer going to give a crap about whether it transitions 100% smoothly, or do you just care that the trimmer works and you can use it? Well, I think it's the latter. So
I'm of the latter score. If I can get it to start and it runs and accelerates,
as long as it idles and accelerates, that's all they care about. But me and Tom are like, damn it, it's a little bit rich. And we're like, a little bit fitness calls. He's like, damn it, Chinesium. We're going crazy.
Oh dear, Wayne. Good evening. Perhaps you can help us out with that two-stroker.
We don't do two strokes, Phil, and we all love you too.
Wayne, the shirt doesn't itch anymore after 7 washings.
No. All right. Use that Downy stuff.
I'm telling you. First 2 or 3 times, it was like, Here
we got Klaus. Good evening, Klaus. How are you, my friend?
Klaus.
Where the heck are all the green T-shirts?
In the wash. In the wash.
Good.
Oh, I got spider. Mine's in the wash.
I'm an equal opportunity shirt wearer. You and Mick had your chance. Now it's Wayne's turn.
Yeah.
Lewis, good evening,
Lewis.
I don't understand that.
How you doing, Wayne?
The new man on the block.
Yeah.
Welcome, Lewis. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
Very well. Yeah. Now that my kids are not in town anymore, I can do something.
They sure suck up the time, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Phil, you can get Mick to help you out with all kinds of equipment now. He's got a robotic mower, so he's got all kinds of time.
Oh, yeah.
What you don't know, you guys, is what you didn't see on the video was the dog chasing it around the garden. Trying to bite it. Although Mick did make the national newspapers 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. And we all been hearing it every day.
I know. Well, apparently Mick bought 220 copies.
Is that all? I don't know. He said something about a sedan out in front of the house with a British flag on it or something.
Oh, yeah. That was just a pure noble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because it had the mower man as well was mentioned, obviously Paul, who probably.
I told Mick it wasn't about him getting asked to the coronation. It was about him cutting the grass before the coronation.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I think because Paul, the mower man, the original guy, he actually got a lot of us started up over here in the UK. His presentation was different, put it that way.
Yeah. Wasn't it about making money off of them, Conk? Like how to fix money?
Yeah, that's right. It's been going for some time. The interesting thing about Paul is he's a brass bandsman, an extremely good flugelhorn player.
Oh, wow.
Which people don't realize, which is not the easiest.
Wasn't that Chuck Mangione, the flugelhorn? Remember Chuck Mangione?
Yeah, French horn. My
favorite. Flugel.
It's a flugelhorn. It looks like a large. It looks like a large cornet. It's quite a large instrument, you know. I mean, I used to play in a brass band, so I'm a great friend.
Oh, I want to see video, Phil.
We playing. I'll tell you a story, guys. I once played in a mass band concert here in Salisbury many years ago. There were 3 bands, 2 of which were competition bands, and us. And our conductor, there you go, there's a flugelhorn. Our conductor decided I was going to play a solo in front of all these people, and there must have been about 800 people there. And I used to play the big bass, the big tuba, you know. So my time came to play and stand in front of all these people to play my solo called The Bass in the Ballroom. And to be fair to me, I cocked it up. I really did cock it up. And at the end, the compere said, well, that was a very difficult piece for the player to play. I thought he tried to cover me. And I never played a solo again ever after that, I must admit. But, true story, absolutely true. But there we go. So, Lewis, you're a newbie for us. It's great to see you, my friend.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What things do you get up to, mate?
Well, I'm working on a Cub Cadet right now. It's a basket case.
The older ones or newer ones?
It's a newer one. You want to take a peek real quick?
Like an XT1 Enduro, one of those things?
Oh,
Yeah.
do we ever? Yes, we want to look.
Here you go, mate. Let me just
Oh,
show
zero
you.
tone. Oh, no. Regular. Ooh, look at that.
Regular one.
Well, that's one with the hood that goes up.
I was going to say the hood that pops up, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not liking it.
Which engine's in it?
That's got the Kohler in there.
Yeah, but which
27.
one?
Kohler Courage 27.
Oh, the Courage Twin?
They're
My
models
favorite.
are written Honda with all the numbers on them.
Yeah, I don't care for that motor, to be honest with you. It's
Neither did Kohler.
yeah. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to, see what I can do with it.
What's it got? Head gaskets? What's the deal?
Head gaskets.
Yeah,
Yep.
always.
Exactly.
Always.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I missed that. Which engine was it?
Courage
Oh.
Twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courage
Oh,
Twin.
okay.
The one that you need courage to work on.
Yeah.
Isn't there
And,
one small thing you can do to keep those head gaskets from going? Isn't there one little?
No, the head gasket design was inferior. It was too thin. It was prone to blowing out when you didn't have the fins cleaned out.
Were those the ones that the blocks were cracking on too?
No, that was the singles had them cracking.
Yeah, it's the
The
single.
Okay,
gasket
it's the
was so
twin.
thin in areas it would blow out, so they reinforced it on the new design.
Wayne, that's my favorite, the single, because I got to weld them up,
Yeah, yeah. But when you TIG them, right, Hank?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you find that they blow through? There's all kinds of porosity in there.
No, not at all. If
No?
you clean them good, and I mean,
Just
not
remember to Loctite the bolts so they don't do that magic walk up into the flywheel.
right
Mhm.
after welding, yeah.
Mm.
But no, that works good.
You doing your tool reviews every week, Hank?
I'll try.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good. That was a nice
Yeah,
one.
interesting.
I like that.
Yeah, Hank, I was online the other day. There's about 3 or 4 compression testers you don't have.
That'll change by the end of
But
the
they must be for the space shuttle and the SR-71.
Ken, are you sure?
I'm telling you. I've been there, Hank. I know what you got. I've seen your inventory.
Yeah.
So what's the next one going to be about, Henry? What's the next tools you're going to review?
Well, the first 3, I figure I'll do the compression, the spark, and carburetor.
Yeah.
So gas flow. The first 3, and then I'll go into the other things.
Okay.
Nice.
And you likely have some tools that you made yourself, right? Specialty stuff.
I have some too. Yes.
Yeah, those would be nice to see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite is the homemade stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, you know what I like? I like hand-me-down tools.
Yeah.
That too. Got some of them.
Well, there's such a quality, right?
Mm.
Free ones are good ones.
The F
That-
word. Yeah, I like the F word.
I don't know. For some reason, when I have a tool that I know my dad used for years, it just feels good.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah, they,
They tell-
might
they-
not
they-
be the best of tools, but they are the best, if that makes sense.
They tell a
You know.
story.
Mm.
Now, if you guys want to do something interesting, last night Jake checked with AI, artificial intelligence, and he just asked the question, what is eliminator performance? Well, in 3 seconds, you should see the reply he got.
What was it? The chat box
unbelievable.
one? Which one, Dwayne? The chat box one?
I don't know which one. He said it was an AI,
Yeah.
and the thing spit out like an essay about the company on what we did, all the respect you get, the quality. Like I said, this thing knows us better than we know us.
That's pretty cool.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Which one did you use?
I don't know which one he used. He just said it was an AI that he went online and he asked it, what is eliminator performance?
Yeah, chat box is a popular one.
It was small engine repair. And
chat box?
Yeah, it did a real good job.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's AI. You ask it a question.
I'm going to do Conker.
That's the one that told the guy to divorce his wife and like kill everybody.
It even knew that I existed because it said it has a couple of quality technicians. So I guess I'm in that class, eh?
Are we allowed to plagiarize those recordings and stick them on an intro?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just seen Big Dog the other day have that HYPA carburetor on there. They sent me 2 of them. They're for something, and they're both wrong. And I sent them their number.
Yeah, but did you ask HIPAA that you wanted something that worked, or did you just ask them for something free?
It looks like a Briggs, eh?
Well, they can't even get their own part number right. So
ask Hank about that. Hank has a good experience with that.
Hank's been there.
Hey, is that a quantum card you're holding in your hand down there?
No, it's for a Tecumseh.
Oops.
Yeah.
It was. I missed that.
So what they got wrong was there's supposed to be a 90 right here.
Oh yeah, that's common.
But
if you hold your lips just right, you can get a soft fuel line, and you can get away with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna use them because if they can't get their own stuff right, it's just.
Is the number there?
Yeah.
And then after Big Dog's video, I said no.
I'll come out. I gotta go catch you guys in a bit, maybe.
Okay, Wayne.
Parts needed for repairs, boys.
See you later, Jake.
Never a dull moment.
We'll
appreciate it, Wayne.
Okay, bye.
See you in a bit. Yeah, they can't get this stuff together.
See, I used a HIPAA carb this morning. That's why I was discussing with Tom for an hour, and I think HIPAA now means hope it produces acceleration. But it didn't.
Yeah, I sent them their number, and they got it wrong twice. I don't understand it.
Well, that's the thing. I think they send you what you don't need because they don't have what you need, you know.
Basically,
my problem is a customer wants it today. I can't wait a week to get HIPAA to send me something free.
Nope. You know? No. Time is money in our business.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, my guys dropped something off. When can you have it? When can you have it?
Yeah.
So Klaus, how's the holiday going, mate? Before you start your new job?
Absolutely fantastic. I've been busy as H. There are mowers coming in, mowers going, tractors coming in, tractors going. It's been so yeah. I probably tomorrow afternoon I'll start thinking about starting a new job and trying to focus on that. But until tomorrow afternoon, I'm busy in the shop.
Hey, is it a longer ride or anything, Klaus, for your new place? Is it a longer commute?
No, shorter.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. You start on Monday, Klaus, do you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
No.
You still in the health and safety business, Klaus, or what?
That's all I know. So yes.
That's all I know.
That's why you watch my video.
They call me an HSE specialist. That means I know a lot about very little. So
that's why you watch my videos, Klaus, because
yes, sir.
I'm the most dangerous guy out there.
Just like when people say, I got 25 years experience. I've been at 25 different places for a year each.
Yeah. No, but sometimes, what I do is sometimes management in companies, they have an idea that they want. And then all of a sudden they bring a guy in like me and I tell them what is required to do what they want. And they get cold feet.
Sure.
It costs money.
It costs money, it costs time, it costs effort. And good safety is a mindset. Honestly, it is. I'm not saying that everything is risk-free. That doesn't exist. But managing your risks and managing your performance in terms of safety is that's where you are able to learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you just repeat them. It's as simple as that. And when management sometimes find out what the cost is and how much effort is put into it, it's like you guys know about ISO certifications. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, what's it up to now? What number is it now?
Well, that depends on what you
They're
want to
all
focus
different
on.
numbers,
Their
different- yeah,
environment
different-
and
Yeah,
working environment and all the kinds of things. But people say, yeah, we want to get certified. Okay. Do you know what it takes? No, but just get us certified. Yeah.
You better own a paper company and a copier company.
Yes, sir. But not anymore. It's
No?
much more difficult now
Ah.
because it starts at the boardroom.
Absolutely right. You're talking my language, Klaus, because
Yes.
I was employed to bring in ISO TS 16949, an automotive company, and the guys at the top just didn't want to know.
No. And if they don't want to know, it's not going to happen.
No,
It's
you're
as
quite
simple
right.
as that. It's as simple as that. And that's why my job is sometimes short-lived, because when they realize what it takes, they back out. They no.
I will say,
we don't
though,
have the
Klaus,
money. We don't have the time.
I will say, Klaus, the consequences and the cost of not following health and safety far outweigh any cost.
Yeah,
of
one
bringing it in.
major incident
But
and
it-
it's
but you
millions
see-
of dollars.
But you absolutely. I completely agree. But as long as they haven't gotten that bill, they don't think they think they're untouchable. They think they won't get hit, or you will.
Yeah. A friend
So-
of mine
so,
owns
yeah.
a business who he owns a business doing skips, and he had a Polish lad working for him in the engineering shop. And this Polish lad, with the greatest respect to him because they're good lads, decided to change a big tire on a big JCB tractor, and he ignored the cage, didn't bother.
And she
Well,
blew.
you can know what's going to happen. He put the air in. Next thing you know, he's wearing the retaining ring of the wheel.
Did he live?
And we'll put it this way: there wasn't much left of him, and that cost my friend of ours a huge amount, and I mean a huge amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, today in the UK, the maximum fine is 10% of turnover.
I know it's a
That
huge
is
amount of money.
that's pretty shitty if you only make 5% of your jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but again, I mean, that's just the penalty. That's the reactive part. The proactive part is when you try and understand the little things before they get to be big things, and that requires effort. So I went around my previous job. I went around the production hall and said, "So, do you guys have any small incidents you reported?" No, we don't have any. Okay. And then over by the wall, they had this Band-Aid dispenser. And I go over there and said, but then why is this empty? And I go, yeah, but that's, I said, you just told me that you don't have little things, but the dispenser is empty. So what's happening? You know? Yeah, exactly, Bruce. What's happening? And they go, yeah, but we don't think that's your problem. The problem is you don't think. You don't think that the small things left untouched will become big things.
Yeah.
So when you start reporting the little things, so everybody knows about them, you can talk about them, you can fix them, you can reduce them. You don't get the big things. But as long as you don't look at little things, you're screwed. Because you're just waiting for the big thing to happen. That's what I do.
Hey, Klaus, you know what I don't see?
It's a pyramid thing. Isn't it? The top is, that you ignore all the things at the bottom, and they gradually get worse until eventually you get the very top, where somebody's lost a life. You know
what I don't see anymore in the factories, and you used to see. What was the first thing you used to see when you walked in, Klaus? What sign?
Safety first.
Yeah, but what sign?
The sign.
Where's the glasses?
What?
So many days without an accident.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
I used to work for a for Shell at a refinery. The location was a refinery. I was doing distribution, which means trucks and gantries and fuel stations and all that stuff. And there was a huge town hall meeting one day, and that was the day after they just reset the 1,200 days without incident sign. And the CEO came up on stage and he said, guys, first of all, before we do anything, who made that sign go to 0? And he was said, I just want to know who was involved in the incident. And it took like 5 minutes. And some guy right in the back going,
But I think that's why they don't post it
oh,
anymore.
hold on, Kenny. Hold on, Kenny. It was me, he said. And said, come on up here. Went up on the stage. There was like 600 people there. And he went, I would like to say thank you to you. And he goes kind of like, yeah, I don't care about the sign. I care about you coming to us saying that this happened. And thank you, my friend. And every day, every single day from now on that you see something, you hear something, you do something, come to me. I will help you. Who cares about the sign?
But next week, when you get the lawsuit,
there's no lawsuit here.
I worked at a place called Millstone. It was a nuclear power plant, and they gave out everybody a pen, and it says 101 days without incident.
they're still dismantling that.
Nuclear power plant.
Yeah, they're still dismantling that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, 1,200 days that went to 0, it was a bummer. That means that there was no celebration. There was no, and this guy, he's a CEO. He's a director of a Shell refinery plant. He goes, "Come on up here.
Yeah, that's good.
I want to talk to you." And then he says, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Well, I
You know
don't
what?
want to say where I worked at when I was in college, but I got a summer job and I got paralyzed from the waist down. And they
No
were
way.
going for 1 million man hours and they were very close to it. But guys were being brought in across the guards' gate in casts with broken arms and broken legs and then taken back home so they could get their $1 million. They or 1 million hours. And they thought that because I was paralyzed, that was the end of it. So they took me by ambulance. They were taking me to the hospital. And I said, take me to my dad's chiropractor. And they said, we don't cover chiropractors. But I said, that's where I want you to take me. And they took me there. I let the nurse stay in and see the x-ray. And my L4, L5 was out on a 45-degree angle, pinching my spinal cord. He gave me one crack and I walked out of there.
Oh, wow.
And I went back to work, and they said, you got to be on light duty for 2 days. So I worked in the office filling out paperwork for the nurses and everything. And all I did was see people coming in with casts, broken hands, broken arms, unbelievable. But they got their $1 million, and then they got a big reduction in their WSIB rate because they got the 1 million man hours. But that's how they got it.
And you know what? I really, really don't care about that. I really don't.
No.
I don't care about it. I don't care if they hurt 1 million or 1. It's all about how you treat it once it's happened.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I never filled out a piece of paper for this one.
Yeah, Bruce, you're screwed. You're
Duct
screwed.
tape.
But
I was cleaning a valve
what
on
I'm
a
saying
wire
is
brush
that-
grinder, and I touched the other side of
What
the.
I'm saying is, if you
Thanks.
don't
There
embrace,
she
if
is.
you don't
Oh.
embrace your actions,
Thanks, Mom.
you're never going to learn from them.
And they started paying for chiropractor bills. The first day I went back to work, the owner and the president, the board of directors, whatever, said, we will now start paying for chiropractors for anybody that's got back problems.
Nice.
I'm a great believer in chiro. Well, more to do. There's chiropractors, and what's the other ones that do? They click you.
Well, orthopedic.
Osteopaths.
Oh yeah.
No, I put my back out some years ago when Annie and I were together, and I could not get around. I couldn't walk, and she said we'll go to this this chap, and I poo-hooed it and said no, it's a lot of rubbish.
You're
Honestly,
gonna go-
guys, I walked it. Well, I hobbled in there on crutches, and I curried them out when I walked out.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to a chiropractor, go to a sporting one
Yeah.
that takes care of sport.
They're good.
Yeah. Sports
Well,
injury.
if your chiropractor doesn't take an X-ray of you, then you shouldn't be there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And I went to Trudy's chiropractor, and I went back into his office, and he said, "I'm not working on you because you've got arthritis, and I'll just mess you up."
Yeah. Now I get rubbed down with CBD cream. It's the non-hallucinogenic part of the marijuana plant.
Yeah.
And Jake gets some kind of a paste that's got it in, and I rub that down when I'm sore, and it works.
Can you get that over there in the US freely, Wayne?
He's in Canada.
In Canada,
Canada, beg your pardon.
yeah, we get it. We can buy it. Jake's
You can
got
buy the real stuff.
Yeah, Jake's got a card that he can order it.
Yeah, it's $100 for a little tube like that.
Yeah, we get it in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you take that orally, or do you just rub it in as a cream?
No,
You got
I just rub it on my shoulder. I've got a shoulder that got ripped out at the plant many years ago, and it's all scar tissue. And whenever it acts up, I get my wife to rub down that shoulder with it.
What are we talking about?
It's a CBD cream.
CBD oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had the drops and I had the cream, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
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 But if I go to a chiropractor, I think it's $80. Oh, the wife just yelled at me. She's going to a chiropractor now. Maybe $65.
There he is.
Oh,
Sure,
she
Mick.
says $40.
If it isn't Mr. Newspaper himself.
It's Mr. Robot.
How are we all doing, ladies?
Hi, mate. How you doing, mate?
Sweetheart.
Nice to see you all.
I hear I missed your dog chasing the robotic mower.
Yeah, you did probably miss that. Unfortunately, my dog is now currently outside on a spit for chasing it.
Wait, did he pee on the mower and short it out?
Today, I've been decorating the
stairs,
the staircase. Yeah, because Mrs. P decided that after 3 months of decorating, it needed another coat. So I've been doing that.
What's that got to do with you?
No, it's not that. It's funny how my dog resembles a paintbrush.
No.
Let me guess.
You said to me you weren't going to do that. You said, no, I'm not going to do that.
Conker, we all know that in my house, I wear the trousers.
Yeah,
I am
obviously.
And she tells you which ones.
The only difference is what I wear the trousers. She points out what pair I'm to wear for that day. Happy wife, happy life.
So what color is it?
Sounds like my household.
Yeah, no,
We're all the same, Klaus. We're all the same, mate.
Trudy's off for groceries, and you can do all kinds of stuff, but if you don't help carrying the groceries after she gets home, you're dead meat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Does Pip look like a Dalmatian now?
No, she's okay. She had it all down her ears and on her nose.
All right.
I had to put her in a cage in the end. She was doing me head in. But I've got some brownie points today, or as Bruce calls them, Brucey bucks, because I was painting the walls in the same colour. We had it just plastered. So I give it 2-3 coats, but I think the plaster has absorbed some of the paint.
Oh, for sure.
Dried out.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah.
So I give it just a 1-coat tosh. But she said, "God, you did really well doing all them lines around the ceiling." I thought, I didn't touch them. Didn't even touch them.
You didn't get
Yeah,
close
it's
to
quite
it.
difficult, but I managed it. So I've got a few points today.
Yeah. Be careful she don't listen to you, Mick. I'll tell you what, mate.
So, Mick, I owe you an apology. I don't know anything about this newspaper article. I don't know. Are you on YouTube?
Sorry, Bruce.
It's times like this, Bruce, that we can test our friendship, can't we? From time to
Yeah, buddy.
time. So I didn't know anything about it. There's a bloke called Pete Reeves. He's one of my subscribers and probably one of yours.
Going around.
He emailed me to say, you're in the Daily Mail.
There you go.
On Wednesday. So apparently it was all about a page that some bloke was documenting about how to top 10 or money saving tips, because we're in a cost of living crisis, how to save money, and one of the biggest ways to saving money is to repair your broken lawnmower rather than buying a new one. So yeah, but they put a little article in there because this fella has been repairing his own lawnmower and watched several YouTube channels and decided to document it. So I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah.
Quite nice to get a mention. Of course, I had the Rolls Royce out the next day because
I knew he couldn't handle it. I knew it.
King Charles, here we go. See, King Charlie turned up for breakfast. Mrs. P had no cream cakes in, so it's going to some cream cakes. But
I knew he couldn't handle it.
There's the link if anyone wants to click on it and read it. It's item number 4, the bottom of item number 4.
It's good, it's just it's nice. I think in some ways it's nice, isn't it? But you put in a bit of hard work. A bit like you Wayne with your Jake and you Brucey boy. Bigger channels. It's nice to get a little bit of recognition to the hard work you do. Not like Klaus, who's just purely winging it. It is quite nice.
I do have a question on what are you going to do with the 220 copies of the mail you bought that day?
I'm going to stuff them up Pip's ass, is what I'm going to do.
The article was this big.
Yeah. So Nikki Walsh just says, "Hi panel, Mick. Just watch your robotic mower video. Very nice. Do you know what? I think I've hit a bit of a controversy with it because some people are just dead against it because either they're petrol head or whatever, But like I tried to say in one of my comments on the video, it's whatever floats your boat. Some people care for their lawn and they strive to have a lawn looking absolutely. They dig the meadow grass out of it and they fertilize it and
that's being neurotic.
Yeah, well, no. So some people.
Thank you, Jeremy.
I know we have neighbors like that. It's like a competition.
Well, some people, some people look after their lawns and their flower beds, and other people go down to their sheds and tear engines apart. It's just what you're into, right? So some people just concrete their yard because they don't want to be mowing it. They got no time for that. So do you know what? For what it is, and it's not cheap. They do 3 models, ranging between about I think it's about £1,500 to about £3,000.
Wow.
But do you know,
from what I've seen, all your backyards are fenced in, so who would even see it?
You don't need to see it.
Oh.
So for what it does, I mean, it doesn't do a top quality cut. It really doesn't, but it does tidy the lawn up. It makes it look presentable. So if you were on the way home and your wife said, "Fancy a barbecue tonight," you think, I haven't cut the lawn. I need to go down to the shop, get some gas or get some charcoal or get chicken. I got. You can just go, "Babe, right, that's the lawn being cut. That's that done. Down to the shop, let's get the beer in." So what time you get back?
Does it leave lines, Mick? Does it leave lines?
Yeah, well,
not little thin lines.
Not lines as in what a roller mower would do, obviously, but where the wheels, how it cuts wheel to wheel. So yeah, pretty much it does leave a line.
I saw lines in your lawn after. Yeah,
it does. But it all depends what floats your boat. If you're not really bothered, then you might pay for something like that just to hit a button and away it goes.
If you have other activities that makes more money than cutting your lawn, it's an absolutely dream.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, if you make more money going to work than cutting your lawn,
right?
Get a robot.
You also got to bear in mind. I've been watching a channel. I can't remember the channel name, but he's a techie guy.
Hobby Motor.
No.
Take motors apart.
No, you're in the wrong place, mate. It's next door.
Ian, there's last call next door.
Some of you guys in America, you've got some big old lawns, big properties, and you have to cut that with a big, massive 42-inch, 72-inch.
No. Quick story.
Right on.
Quick story. I had a customer who's angry because I haven't fixed his tractor yet, and he hasn't cut his lawn all year. Not that we've had a big growing season yet, but his lawn was maybe 6 to 14 inches tall. So I forgot what size his lawn was. I forgot, a little lawn, whatever. So I said, "Look, I'll cut it for you. Give me $30, whatever." So I pull over there with my 28-inch snapper. It's an acre.
Yeah, exactly.
I hit the hell out of my snapper yesterday. I thought I was gonna blow it up.
So what I'm trying to say to you is, Kenny, this fella who's a techie guy, he's got some acreage. He really has, front and back garden, and some of his backyard is not really tended to. But he's now got this robotic lawnmower, and it's out about 6 days a week, right? But this lawnmower, whilst he's working, going to work or sleeping or whatever, this little robot is doing it. It comes back to the yard when it's knackered, charges itself back up again, and back out it goes again. It's just a slave.
Constant though, Mick? Constant, or do you have to program it to do it 2 days a week or 3 days a week?
So you can program it for whatever you want it to do.
Yeah.
You can do the front garden day 1, back garden day 2, next door neighbours day 3, have 2 days off, and then do a cycle again, or you can increase it as springtime comes in, or whatever you want. But what I'm trying to say is that if you've got like an acreage to do, you could get one of these machines and get a contractor in to get it down and managed.
Yeah.
Then just hit the button, and you haven't got to worry
What's
about it.
What's the tallest it can be, Mick, before you can use those?
It goes up to. Let me just fire the app up,
Because I know the one I had yesterday was like a jungle. There's no way a robotic would have touched
so
down.
obviously it's only a domestic use machine. It's not commercial grade. But let me enter the map.
Thickness is more important than height, eh?
I mean, for over here, I want it to cut a little bit lower, Kenny. Here we go. Just entering a map now, so I can go from 30. So the lowest cut is 30 millimeters.
Wow,
That's
low. Holy cow.
golf greens.
Yeah,
Well, you got to bear in mind that's low for you guys in America. That's not low for us guys in the UK. We can go right down to tournament. If Dick was in, Dick would tell you about 2.5 millimeters.
That's like cricket grounds and stuff like that.
So here's
my
here's the map.
my worms would kill it.
So there's the map, right? So
Yeah.
so the yellow areas is my magnolia tree, and my drain cover is a triangle. And there's my little luba just there in the corner.
Looks like Australia.
Yeah.
Ha!
Yeah.
And all you do is you just hit the mow button. That's it. Away it goes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most people with those robotics, it's out there cutting only a 1/4 inch of grass. It just keeps on going.
Mick, did they map that out with the GPS on the mower? Or did you have to like walk in and hit waypoints?
You're going crazy, Ian.
yeah.
Ian, technical difficulties.
I have a cheap camera.
Ian, the next headroom.
We all do.
I think when Nick walked it through the program, it automatically records that program.
Oh, that's the Invisible Man, Hank.
That's awesome. That's crazy. I need one of those. I got 2 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think I've got a slack USB port rather than a dodgy camera.
Worn out port.
So
Rock, nothing that 25 grand US won't buy you.
I've
Yeah.
been sticking it into much.
Maybe more.
How you doing,
Ian,
How
what
you
was the
doing, mate?
last challenge, Ian? What you haven't talked about the last?
The last challenge was the robot challenge. It got kiboshed.
Waylaid.
Well, a guy got pneumonia and ended up in hospital. Another guy got sent working away abroad for 3 months. It kind of like, okay, we'll carry on with the challenge, but it'll be eventually.
That works.
Hey, Mick! Wow, that robot! Wow, fantastic.
It's not.
No,
It's not.
well-
It's not. I like a cylinder mower. I like a roller mower with a big Honda engine, straight V6, gas guns. That's what I like. But
Sorry, you just ruined me when I was saying when you've got all this time off with the strikes, you'll be able to mow your own lawn with a push mower.
well, I've already offered to cut a very small hole in my neighbour's fence, and it can bug off around his house. And he's 68 years old. I said, cut a little fence, whoop, round it goes. He can do that.
He's just a young guy. He's just a young
Oh.
guy.
4 years old, younger than me. 4 years older than me.
Yeah, he's an old boy. But you know, it's what it is, right? You know, and the way that things are going, It's pretty good. No wire to put down. It all works with our RTK GPS down, which is accurate down to millimeters.
Yeah.
You know, it's accurate, man.
Nick, you don't have to do waypoints. It does it itself.
Say again, Kenny.
You don't have to do waypoints on the corners of your property. It'll automatically do it.
So what you have to do is I've just got my dinner. Can anyone guess? I just got my dinner.
Yeah. I've got mine.
Yeah. And apparently, my dog doesn't even like chicken, do you? No.
Oh.
So
Ian's having potatoes for dinner.
so you have to you have to get the app set up, do all that sort of stuff first. Once the app is then set up,
I got my dinner.
all you do is you just edit the map.
Yeah.
And you drive the Luba around the outside with your phone, a bit like a game console. You drive it round, take it nice and slow, and you can go quite fast, but that's where you need to be accurate with it. So drive it around the outside, and then it'll say edit map, and it'll say no-go zones. So you hit the no-go zone, you drive it to the no-go zone, you hit start, you drive it around that no-go zone, then you edit, another go zone, you drive it to another one. So if you've got 15 trees in the garden, you edit all that stuff in there. Once it's all done, you just hit home, and it buggers off back to its little tiny house, charges itself up, you set your frequency, hit the mode button, off it goes.
Right on.
Good thing you read the instructions.
You know, I live in the city, but I have a John Deere. I have a John Deere rider, and I live in the
Hank,
city.
one word, Hank, diabetes.
Yeah.
Hank, they're twice the size what we get over here. Look at the size of that bloody thing.
Is that a wagon wheel?
No, it's not a wagon
It's
wheel.
a
It's not
Reese's.
a wagon wheel.
The size of your head.
They're 2.5 pounds.
Oh,
El
what does it
Grande.
say, Hank feeds a family of 4.
Oh, you're muted.
Muted.
Look at the size of that. Bloody hell.
Just a little snack.
Watch your fingers, Henry.
Wow, is that a giant Reese's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Massive.
Oh.
One here for you.
Oh boy.
Hank, isn't it melting on your fingers, though, Hank?
No.
So going back to what Vince is saying about, it's a bit weird about seeing a robotic lawnmower running around the garden. There was an article out. I don't know if any of you guys saw it in the UK, but there's an article came out about 4 days ago. It was in the Daily Mail. Funnily enough, an article I was reading.
I'm telling you, you can't handle it.
No, this is something else. This is something else. People, tree huggers, are requesting the UK government for the ban of sale of all new petrol garden equipment by 2025.
Oh.
Whoa.
That ain't gonna happen.
Well, you say that, right? But
Look at California.
despite the fact that I don't believe we're quite there with battery powered just yet, we're nearly there. We're not quite there, and I don't think anyone's even asked the question, how green is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But despite the fact of all those anomalies in the shops, B&Q, Wickes, and all those places, the shops are filling up with battery powered equipment, right? So if it's heading that way,
That's right.
it's going to be really, really hard.
Right. So Mick, I actually nearly emailed you this week because my boss has got a Flymore 48 volt strimmer. I think he got.
Right in the bin.
Well, I think he got a lawnmower and a strimmer as a package.
Yeah.
Lawnmower is give up, but the strimmer he finds very useful. However, the chargers give up the ghost. So give me the choice. He said, Ian, find me a charger on eBay. I can't find one for love nor money.
You won't.
No.
Well, they are available.
At a lot of money, about 120 quid.
This is the thing: is if you have
That's not a lot of money.
if you have a current Flymo mower, and 9 times out of 10, the engine, the motor burns out on them. a replacement motor for a fly mode is going to set you back about £120, which is actually more than what the fly mode cost brand spanking new. My concern is that I looked at a Ryobi petrol lawnmower just 2 days ago in B&Q, a battery-powered Ryobi, brand spanking new, with a strimmer, with the chargers and batteries, with a 33 centimeter cut. 33 centimeter cut will cost you £150.
Wow, that's cheap.
No, you say it's cheap. 33 centimeters.
Well, that's a fault. Yes. I've tried to get a fault.
That's about 13 inches.
So not only that, but you can pick this thing up with one finger. It is that light and flimsy, and it's just not right. We shouldn't be selling stuff like this because
right. So to go to what you've just said, so I searched all the internet, the Google. I always got to the same page, which was Flymore Spurs, and all it said was, "This is discontinued."
Yeah,
and it's like, whoa. So what do I do now? And I ended up. It's like, do I get a mobility scooter charger and try to charge his battery from that? So that's how I ended up. It's like you can't find a 42 volt.
The problem is that so much of this battery stuff coming in is all lithium. If you muck with the chargers and it overheats, you try putting that out because you won't be.
You ain't gonna put it out.
You won't put it out.
Well, Mick, you know I'm a scrapper, don't you?
I did hear a rumor about it about 2 years ago.
I thought about taking the lithium out of one once with the Stanley knife.
Don't do it.
I did, but don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
When that evil green flame comes out, that's something that even I, who's like, dense, as a piston, it's like, no, don't. Because that thing came out and the flames leaked about that eye. And I thought,
I watched a video of he was Eastern European and he does silly things on YouTube. I come across it and he had a 3-inch nail and he was banging a 3-inch nail into a lithium battery. It didn't end well.
I started off with a Stanley knife. As I started cutting through the layers and this green flame developed, I threw it to the other end of the garden. I thought, I'm not doing that again. Lithium.
Lithium doesn't need oxygen to burn. It'll burn without oxygen. Not a lot of stuff burns without oxygen.
The thing is, with all this battery powered equipment, and some of it is pretty good, But if you want something that's half sensible, you've got to spend the money. You've got to spend the money. And if you want something that's just in B&Q for £100, be prepared to throw it away in 6 months. Simple as that.
The problem they're going to have with lithium batteries and all the batteries is the same problem they got with all the tires. Tires are likely 95 to 100% recyclable, yet you go and look at all the tires that are stored all over the world. Look at how many they got in Saudi Arabia in the desert. Just a fire hazard. Lithium batteries are 95% recyclable. Nobody's going to be recycling them. They're going to be dumping them, and they're going to be piles of lithium all over the place. Major fires.
Yeah. The worst thing, and it's just been highlighted. I've got a friend called Howard. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's picked up these disposable vape pens.
Yeah,
they're everywhere. Every gutter you see, they're there. Anyway, he started taking them because he's a bit of electronics waste, and he's cut them open and taken the lithium battery out. And because he's a bit of an electronics guy, he's like saying, this battery, it's been charged once. It's got 1,000 charges left before it becomes redundant. And it's just been charged once and thrown away. Now, he builds things with his, he's a bit of electronic waste way above my head, and it's like, wow. He said this is cheaper than buying batteries because you can just walk along the street, pick them up, cut them open, and you've got one of these lithium-ion rechargeable batteries.
But the problem is, Ian, is that they are being sold as a disposable item.
Yeah.
And what is recyclable about it? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Well, my scrapyard has now put a fine, if that's the word, on any lithium batteries that's included in the scrap. So it's a serious fine. It's like £100. You put a lithium battery in and they find it, they're going to charge you £100 for weighing in.
So already we're being fined for something that is greener to recycle.
Yeah.
But it's also dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe it. The recycle centre up near me in Chichester, that thing's caught fire 3 times last year, and they're convinced it's down to lithium. When the old big bucket comes in, grabs stuff and scrapes stuff back, it just sparks them off. A little tiny battery like that sets fire, and that's it. All the stuff.
And wow, and what a fire you get from them.
Yes.
No, I use a plasma at work, and it's very similar. It's the devil's fire. It just, you ain't putting that out.
Yeah. But what do we do? You know, they're squeezing the life out of petrol machines, absolutely squeezing it, you know.
Oh, I can't wait till we go to hydrogen.
Well,
Wow, there will be some bombs then going off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we just bought in our town a bunch of buses to bus the school children around with these battery-powered buses. Wait till they catch fire and kill about 30 kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I think Chicanic was saying that it was either Chicanic or somebody else was saying about the steel, some of the steel stuff, battery stuff has all been recalled. Safety issues with it.
The entire city of Calgary is going to electric buses.
Well, the best one
Or is it Toronto, Wayne? Is it Toronto?
No, I don't. Well, everybody's going to electric buses in the big towns.
Yeah.
So you guys, you may have figured I work in the automotive industry, but anyway, we deal a lot with JCB. It's a different name over there. It's like John. Mike, tell them what's a JCB over there in America?
Digger.
Yeah, it's a digger. It's got a scoop at the front and a thing at the back. Yeah, but
It's a backhoe.
No,
It's a front loader backhoe. Yeah.
It's a
Case,
multi-tool. It's a
fitting,
multi-tool. It's got a bucket
fitting.
on the front and a bucket on the back. It's a multi-tool. You swing it.
Yeah.
You swing around
So
on the
anyway, so they've developed an electric version of it, which it works for 6 hours. I can't do 6 because I'm from England, you know.
That's how they burn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It looks like those chains in those tanks in Ukraine that are blown off the tops. Eh?
Yeah.
You can't put them out. I mean, you just can't put them out.
No. No, I don't think there's a fire department that carries enough foam to put one of them out.
No.
It's a little bit like the Did anyone see this video? This was at a lawnmower stand. This was DeWalt's new battery-powered lawnmower.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the
my
one-
gosh.
that's the
Oh,
one
they're
they
just
burn.
advertising it.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's gonna? You know what I think is gonna happen? I think a third of the world is gonna go electric, and then we'll be on internal combustion hydrogen after that.
It'll only be
It's going to go to hydrogen. Like I say, about this JCB, they built it, they developed it, they showed it. It worked 6 hours on a charge, and it took 14 hours on a diesel-generated generator to charge.
What's
it
the
up
point?
the
What's
next
the
day.
point?
So it's like, why?
If I travel up north with my truck on petrol and my buddy's driving his electric truck, I get there a couple hours ahead of him because he's got to charge up.
Well, I would never see a sense of that.
But he gets
If we
5
could
cups
find
of
a
Tim
place.
Horton. Wayne, he gets 5 cups of Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, but-
and if he can find a
Yeah,
place,
but
to
I know.
charge up.
You can probably run your car on that stuff.
But the coffee isn't that great at Tim Hortons.
You see,
Well,
over here,
Oh, they
over here
put something in it though.
UK,
If you
we're-
have
we're-
more than 5 cups, you'll never stop.
over
Yeah,
here in
liquid
the
crack.
UK, we're getting around the shortage of battery power charging stations because we don't have the infrastructure for it. So what we're doing over here in the UK is we're going to start to open up coal mines again to power them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And in my neighborhood, there isn't one house in my neighborhood that has bigger than 100 amp service on their panel.
Yeah.
Ken's
So,
neighbor
we
just
already-
replaced
yeah.
the battery, right?
At Christmas
Ken?
time, we're already getting notices. Don't use your dryer when you're doing your turkey. So what are you going to do? Plug your car into that, and the kids come to visit with their electric cars. You got 2 electric cars, kids, turkeys, dirty
Yeah.
diapers, dryers
Yeah.
going.
It's the guy there who says, yeah, he can get somewhere faster than the guy with an electric truck. However, just look at London where bikes mix from. They stick all these ULEZs.
I'm about as near to London as you are Manchester.
Well, you're dead safe. If you go over Thelwall Bridge, you're safe.
If I
You
go
know?
any further south, I'll get my feet wet.
So anyway, the thing is, it's not the electronics, it's not the finance, it's not the power. It's what the country is doing by saying, well, if you want to go through this district and you're driving a diesel-powered vehicle, you're going to pay £50.
Yeah.
If you're electric, you can go through for free.
£90 for me to drive my little van to London. 90 quid just to enter the zone. That's
Fuck
not to
me.
include. That's not to include the 15 no parking fines
Oh, that's just
and the
Shit.
£35 an
Shit.
hour.
so that's
I
the
mean,
road
when you
tax, Mick. That's a road
When you look
tax.
at Land's End,
That's a low emissions tax. £90 to drive a little tiny Astra 1.6 diesel van to London for 10 minutes is £90.
I'm so happy I just bought a hybrid. Mm, mm,
fucking
mm.
hell,
I think the next one will be a hybrid.
well, I've just bought an horse. Apparently, every time it shits on the street, I get fined £100.
To be
Yeah.
fair, Ian, that's common for you because when you were first born, you used to drive around the horse and cart, didn't you?
I'm not. Yes, I can't deny.
Yeah. We went around in cars, and our grandchildren are going to be going around in a horse and
Oh.
buggy.
Yeah, the first time I went scrapping was on a horse and cart. Yeah, iron, any old iron.
Mm.
That was a long time ago.
Conker, I don't know why you let these commoners up here.
I've just muted him.
Have a look at Pip. I mean, that's the clingiest dog
This
I've
dog-
ever seen.
This dog doesn't even like chicken. Yeah. No.
He didn't get much of a choice, did he?
The heck with you.
I'll be quiet. Sorry, Conker.
That's no problem.
Well,
It's nice to see you guys live. Anyway, you know.
it's a hybrid.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's Ian. There's Ian with the bucket, the little boy with the bucket.
Oh, I spent years unloading them. My heart used to sink when they pulled into the scrapyard, and I'm like, it was piled high. I thought, where the
I have to ask Lewis. So, do you run a shop, or is
I think
it
that's
just
his last
in your
name.
spare- Is it in
No,
your
no,
spare time?
I'm just a flipper.
Okay.
Yep.
The guy who's showing that car on back of a horse, it used to be say, if it's on, it's gone. That's the saying for a
There's
scrap.
a hybrid. There you go.
If it's on, it's gone.
So Lewis, you take machines in, you fix them up, and you ship them out, or
Yep. I
Okay.
take him in, I do a video, and then I sell it right away.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay.
That's pretty much me.
Yep.
You don't do repairs on them, or
It magically started to appear. I think the word's gotten out.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
people
happened.
were like, waving to me on the road, say, "Hey, I heard that you work on small engines."
Oh,
But there's
Grocery day.
right around the corner from me. See, I just moved here 9 months ago. There's a place right around the corner from me that does it, and I'm like, I don't want to wear out my welcome right away, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then I think I'm going to take the boats off because there's a place right up the road that does boat repair, and I don't want to make the locals mad, you know. And it's a very small town, 4,000 people in this town.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't want to come in right off the bat trying to, you know, cut throats and all.
Why do you move there?
Hi.
All right. Well, my wife just woke up. You want to say hi?
No.
No. All right, guys. I appreciate you so much for.
Hi. Don't want to say hi, Mrs.
Gotta go, gang.
Yeah, before I go, I just want to say thank you again to Wayne for showing me the ropes. I really appreciate that, Wayne.
Okay, buddy. No problem.
What
Bye-bye,
time to
guys.
see you, Lewis? Welcome anytime, my friend. Anytime.
So, what ropes did Wayne show you?
All the above.
Wayne, you dirty old
Secrets,
man,
yeah.
you dirty old man.
Hey, secrets.
Bye-bye,
We got to
guys.
keep the
Bye-bye.
secrets. Can't give all the tips away to everybody.
Yeah, I hear you.
Guys, I got to go. The wife says I need a haircut.
You do.
Yeah,
you do.
You actually,
Getting a little shaggy
you-
here, boys.
That
You,
is horrible.
you need to take it down to the bone like me. And
I'm going to do that. I think we're going somewhere between you and Mick.
Get down to the bar.
You
Take care,
don't ever
boys.
want to go there, Wayne. You don't
Thanks,
ever want to
Phil.
go there.
Say hi to Jake from us.
Will
will you?
do.
Take care,
But
Wayne.
Cheers.
you know, to the guy that's just saying about finding someone to do his engines, right? You know me, I haven't got a garden. Occasionally pick up lawnmowers and stuff like that. But to find someone in my locality, I've got to start Googling and saying, who can repair lawnmower engines? And there ain't that many up north, you know.
No, there really aren't, and then it's one of those things that what people really want, Ian, is they want a guy that can do a repair without charging dealer cost.
Can I show you the trouble I just had? Speaking of repairing, you guys mind? You guys mind?
No.
What we're here
Okay, hang on. Whoops.
for? Whoa! It's like
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
so that's the tube. That's the tube for the quantum air intake to the valve,
Yeah, we
right?
do that.
Nice hole.
Look at that. It vibrated a hole and it lost its vacuum.
Yeah, we do.
quantum mechanics. I like that. Quantum mechanics.
Quantum
would it call
mechanics. Yeah,
that,
that's what
Bruce?
I'm into.
Vibration.
What caused that?
Vibration. The bracket that
Okay.
held the carburetor on there. One moment, please.
They used to be metal. Now
And-
They are.
And you can't
Then-
plastic weld them, Bruce.
I just had another one in the shed, but
I tried getting a soldering gun and tried to solder.
even
Can't
it's
do
been a
that.
JB weld. But what why
Look
it
at Pip.
wore through was the bracket that holds the carburetor onto the block. That one bolt snapped off, and I couldn't get the stud out of the aluminum, so I ended up using 2 rivets to hold that bracket still.
But Bruce, you
Video on Tuesday.
You can JB weld that thing. That wouldn't be a
Well,
problem.
that one I'm not worried about. I got a different one on there already. But
Okay.
I ended up riveting
The
the,
thing-
bracket
the
on because
thing-
I couldn't bolt it.
The thing is, you can't see it when you do your service on it.
No, that's true. It's all
You,
hidden away.
you have to take it off to see it. And
I ended up doing a valve grind, a carb clean,
yeah,
the whole bit. Then I just noticed that the screws were loose. The 2 screws that hold that intake down, they're a 1/4 inch. And I just noticed that it wasn't tight. And I thought, what would make that shake loose? And I took it off, and there was a hole on the bottom. And then I found the bracket, and I drilled 2 holes in
you
the
ain't-
bracket. And
Eureka!
quantum mechanics, I like that.
but those 2 1/4 inch bolt heads. I mean, whenever I have the whole cover off to clean it, I always retighten them. They are
Yeah,
always
just double
loose.
check. Yeah.
They
yeah.
are always loose.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I had today, guys. I've sold that Steel FS 52 strimmer today. That went on today. I winterized it last October, November. No fuel and stuff.
Is that the one we worked on together?
Can't remember, mate.
Is that the one that you wanted me to? Is that the one you wanted me to tune the carburetor on?
Say no.
Yeah, I think it might have been, mate. I can't remember, mate. It might have been, yeah.
That was
Say no. Say no. Say no.
That was an FS38.
This is 52. This was that 38's gone.
Is that the video where
Put
Conker
new fuel in it
bombing pilots?
this morning because mate he was coming around to buy it. I put in the premix, two-coat premix. They would not fire. I stripped the carb down, cleaned it, and it fired up straight away. Most of the fuel.
Oh, look at that dog. He wants feeding.
Yeah. Look
Just
at
trying
that.
to show him who's boss.
Yeah.
Anyway, the man, the dog, where's Riley?
He's in
Look
bed.
at that.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Behave yourselves. Hiya, Stella.
What do you mean behave yourself?
Oh, Stella.
Jesus, worst.
My name's not Stella, and I'm a small engine mechanic.
What's
Ken.
your name? Hang on. Show us your.
I can. I can.
Where's your Duchess cup?
No, this was I had my engineering hat on today, so that's why I was Ken.
Ah,
Hang on. Stella's on. I'm going to have to.
put your pants on.
There you go.
Just get into the vibe. You know what I mean?
I know.
We can all.
Cheers!
yeah.
I can get into the vibe.
Oh, I'm on shorts.
I got
Sorry.
I got your beat. Zoom in, Conker. I got your beat. Watch this. Watch this. Go
Hey,
ahead.
point Dexter.
Zoom in.
High point Dexter.
Look
How
right
you
here.
doing?
Look right here.
Oh, yeah, Kenny, I got those are Mrs. Potty Mouth's
There you go.
readers, cheaters. Yeah.
Rhinestone cowboy.
Kenny, you're wearing girly glasses.
Hey, I'm good with my sexuality.
Hey.
I'm going millionaire. I'm going millionaire style. I'm going Vin Diesel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As they say, if the foo shits, wear it.
Yeah.
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 I've just lost a lens.
So I took my junk to the jewelers that I dug out of the sand in Mexico, and only one ring made the cut. And this is that pretty little ring right there. Isn't that nice?
What'd you say? It was a garnet, Bruce?
No, yeah, it's a garnet, unfortunately for me. It's pretty though, eh?
Yeah.
They did a nice job of cleaning it
How
up.
many
It's
Brucey
still
bucks
pretty.
is it worth?
It's worth about 200.
Oh,
What
really?
is it? Sterling, Bruce?
Yeah,
Sterling.
Yeah,
Wow.
sterling silver with a garnet.
Nice.
I remember the first ring I found with my metal detector. I dug it up and I thought, oh, another ring pull. I pulled it up. And it was like, it's gold.
Yeah.
It's like, it's definitely not a skull ring pull. You know, and it's like, wow, it's a ring.
It's quite
Honest.
a thing, isn't it? It's quite a feeling.
Feeling you get when you found something that's not a ring pull. You know?
I found more stuff than the show, this Oak Island.
Oh,
Oak Island.
I found more stuff than they found.
No, listen, I've seen the latest Oak Island. They have found a piece of wood and it's dated to 1600.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I still watch
Who
it.
buried
unfortunately.
that wood that deep? I want to know.
Yeah, it's down there for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, somebody went there that deep for a reason.
Yeah.
I think
Well, I
they
don't
found it
understand
already,
this.
and they're just finding the remnants.
Yeah, what I don't understand is, I do understand it's the government. They could strip mine that island 100 foot deep, like that,
Well, they won't let them.
but the government won't let them.
And the gold is the show.
That is true. That is true.
I
Yeah,
tell
it's
you,
like,
what
you know,
pirate
when they
would have
did
dug a hole?
the two towers. Well, you know, Burj Al Farij in Dubai. They went way deeper than 100 180 meters just for the foundations. So it's no problem. You know, if they wanted to, they could strip mine that whole thing. And
I'm glad I brought it up because the old man, Blankenship, went down with a scuba diving set on about 9 years ago and took a film of the chamber. So I don't know why they don't go down the same hole again.
Yeah, just to keep the show going another 3 years.
I don't know. Something's wrong there. It's almost like there's two fighting factions. Look at this.
End up meeting that.
So I'm starting my spring sale tomorrow.
You're doing what? Oh yeah, I saw you got some mows lined up there.
Yeah, they're nice. All one pull starts.
Well,
All
at the
four of
moment.
That's the only thing. You've got to sell a mower or sell a machine. You think somebody's coming round. I better check it still starts.
So they all run better than that.
Damn thing don't go. You think, oh no, what am I gonna do?
They all run better than that one that I fixed for my pal with the suction tube broken. It still isn't perfect, right? And I spent so much time on that one. And all these other four that I'm going to sell tomorrow run perfectly. I should just give them one of those.
See, you're a lot an American.
Yeah, I'm a Canadian.
Yeah, well,
and
you know,
long live the king, and he goes on the 5th.
No, so I was watching Aldi, and that's got my eye on this pressure washer. Normally £199, and then I see it advertised £119. I thought, well, that's a bit of a bargain. I'll buy that. Bugger me. Week after it was 89 quid, but
doesn't matter.
Right. So I bought this 200 bar petrol. It's a foreign Toyota petrol engine. Fires up first time. Can't fault it. However, to try and find any information whether it will run on our E5, E10, I followed this guy's link and thought, how do I take the water
out of the gas?
Throw it in there.
Alcohol out of the gas. Don't worry about it.
There is nothing in the information in the catalogue about what it will run on. You know,
it won't even say what kind of oil to put in it, Ian.
It did say.
I knew we were going to get to that.
I knew we'd get round to bloody oil.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, it said 10W50, but I didn't have any. And when I unpacked it all, it said this ships without any oil. I thought, well, that's fucking useless, isn't it? Anyway, I found some 5W30. I thought,
perfect.
Oil's oil, stick it in, you know. But I am more concerned about the E10 petrol I put in it.
Well, it'll run on that just fine, Ian, but you don't want to leave it unattended in there. Just to make sure that when you're done with it, or even if you think you're done with it, drain it all out, dry it out, or put some sort of fuel stabilizer in it, and then drain all that out next year. So just
running on anything up to about E20 is not a problem. Fine. It's not a problem. It's storing it that's an issue.
Right. If you can store it with ethanol-free fuel in there, you won't have any problems like that. But just remember that ethanol is going to create some other problems. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Mike and mix, just take it out of it.
Yeah, so
you can, but you need to put in a octane booster after you take it out.
I'll
tell you what, I'll sell it and get an electric one.
Well, I got
the engine.
Good answer.
You'll never get a big enough engine on electric. You won't get a 6 horsepower engine on that pump. You'll get a 3 horsepower engine on electric.
But mine is the one I use at the shop and at the household is 145 bars. I don't know what that is in PSI, but it's electric.
Kenny,
it does.
A bar's like
145 bars.
Zest, that's a lot of soap.
About 1,700 psi.
Yeah, and it's electric to. It runs on our regular main, which is 230. I mean, that thing has been running. I had it for like 5 or 6 years. It runs great. I even have a reduction valve I put on for car washing, so the pressure isn't too high.
Right, it's just the volume of water too, though.
Yeah, about 550 liters a minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, an hour. An hour.
Right.
I mean, yeah, hour. Yeah. No, but I mean, it does what I need to do. It can wash a lawnmower without stripping the paint.
Yeah.
I took mine out yesterday. I have to say this, and I yanked on it and yanked on it and yanked on it, and I was ready to throw it over the fence, and then I turned it on.
That's right. Then you turn the on switch. I've done that. We've all been there.
Just so you know, I'm taking that clip and I'm editing it.
All right. With the shine, look at that! I got a shine on my forehead.
Well, you see, Mick's purely gone robotic. He just gets an app and just tells it.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
No.
And then he gets into the newspaper, and all hell breaks loose.
But I tell you what, is there anything worse than yanking it and yanking it and yanking it and thinking, why the fuck does this?
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Then going, click. I'll try again.
I know. Or the spark plug wires hanging down. You go and you look at the front.
It's a good feeling. Oh yeah. No, but I've never had a gas powered. Hold on. Where's the little finger? Let's see the little finger.
You doing a crossword?
There you go.
Yeah, is that a Rupert Murdoch publication?
I'm just reading the paper all about mixed mowers. The mower man in there. Just reading the paper.
Is that a Rupert Murdoch? Is that a Rupert Murdoch publication?
It's only in the national.
Oh, shit, Mick! Are you in the sun?
No, Ian. No, Ian.
See the Daily Mail.
Proper toilet paper.
Stroll on. I'm going to toilet tonight and have a wank over that.
He's out. That's it. Enough.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Phil, you're not fast enough. You might as well just let it go at this point.
I've been waiting for that for the last 10 minutes.
Ian,
the damage is done.
Ian, this is one of them live streams with guidelines, not the other ones you visit.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, I border on the borderline.
Guidelines, they're just suggestions, right?
Yep. Sorry,
speed limits.
Sorry. Fortune.
Well, it started with F. Conker. You were very quick then.
I had to be quick there.
Fortunately, the algorithm won't pick up my accent.
That's right.
So you're all right.
Neither can we.
No, boy.
Ronnie Parker. Ronnie Parker's in the comment. Sorry.
Yeah, you set yourself up for that one, Ian.
Ronnie.
So my wife just got home with a
dog broke, Conker.
Right?
I think the dog broke. It's got all horny over that chicken. Leave my leg alone.
You got a lot of orange behind you, Stella.
I do? Oh yeah, I do. One of them is actually a Red Max that just looks orange because it's been faded in the sun.
Oh,
yeah, there's a little Echo blower, Red Max, and a little steel.
So have you spent the day today, Stella, out on your veranda today?
No. The veranda is still has some work to do, so I have to wait for several dry days for them to finish some stuff, and You know, they got a little bit more to do, and then I will be moving all of my patio furniture back on my veranda, and I'll have a couple of neighbors over for a fire.
Yeah.
See, Mick, there's just something wrong with that because that's a girl dog.
I know.
What's she humping? The pillow?
Yeah.
Pip, they're watching you.
I'm going to take a copy of that one.
I'd say something, but Conker will put me in the basement.
I'm not giving you chicken again. That's how you're going to respond to me.
Well, who makes Red Max? What brand is that?
That's a Shindala brand now, is it?
Noah, Red Max, Husqvarna.
Echo.
Okay, yeah.
No, I don't think it's. Well, this is one from 1980 something or other. This is a really, really old one, but it has crazy like 170 psi.
I just left school then.
You guys are worthless. I'm gonna ask Google. That's about that.
What? Oh yeah. Well, I don't remember, but it's an old one. This was before Red Max got gobbled up or spit out by somebody or other. I don't know.
Bought him in 2007.
Husqvarna.
Bought him in 2007. Yeah.
I got an old chainsaw in yesterday. It's really, really old. It's orange and white, and it's not a steel. It almost looks like a Pioneer or something. So I'll have to look into that.
Orange and white and red all over. Sounds
It's
like
really heavy. It's really heavy, and it's only about 30,
Red Max
35
was formed
cc.
in 1910.
Yeah, but it says here that it's Husqvarna, but it was actually Komatsu Senoa, which makes some really, really good machines without ever giving any. Komatsu Senoa is I think it's Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. Yeah.
2006, made in Japan, has 170 psi.
That was the year before they bought them.
Komatsu Senoa has been selling out to all the cheap brands for years, and they are excellent machines. You just can't get much, but they're excellent machines.
I think Mick, I think you've got a Komatsu mower, haven't you? That you have.
Well, I've got one or two Komatsu. Get off my leg. I've got one or two.
I got like handlebars for it and all the rest of it.
He's yelling at his wife.
We've got to come by.
No, yeah, I've had a Komatsu. I've got a Komatsu chainsaw, Komatsu strimmer somewhere. Yeah, no, they're very well built. Yeah, good engine on too.
Can you lower that a bit, Ken? Is there a picture of it?
What's that?
That's just new. Yeah.
Oh.
No, just the history when they had the.
I think their problem was that they sold out to every cheapo company out there. And
whoa, you saw me yawning there, bad. I'm gonna have to leave you guys.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
Hey, Bruce.
I tell you what, I do.
Hang on, I'm looking it up myself.
No, I'm a scrapper.
Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
It is nice to see you guys who make things better. You know, and you talk. I've not got a fucking clue what you.
I've done it again. I need a time delay on this bloody button.
Listen. The algorithm won't pick it up because I'm up north of England.
That's the best excuse I've heard in a long time.
Anyway, Tom Conker.
I wasn't swearing. It was a bagpipe sound.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me up. I do love seeing you guys. I don't get the time to see you as much as I should. And
Mick.
Ian, go up a bit. I can't reach now. Oh,
yeah, I love this guy. Right, I'm going. Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Ian.
Later, bud.
Take care.
I X'd out the wrong thing.
Well, my interface is different. I don't have all the X out stuff on the bottom anymore. It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
It's because you're not on Kenny's stream.
I was
where you
looking
have
up Komatsu
control.
and I hit X out and I disappeared.
They make a lot of big, heavy duty commercial stuff as well.
They do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oop.
I think I've still got. Come to think, I still got the clutch assembly, and I've make from them the engine I let you have. I'm sure I've still got that.
For what, mate?
The Komatsu engine. I'm sure I've got that the clutch assembly.
I'm sorry, Conker.
No,
His
no.
Royal Highness does not accept these things. He only
No,
uses
you see, this is the problem when you're dealing with what we call West Country idiots, is that Conker thinks a Komatsu is the same as a Kubota.
You know, it's taking you guys 10 minutes to suss that one out. 10 minutes it's taking you.
Oh boy.
By the way,
Well, that one back there still has that one still has
You got a
Komatsu
Semtex there?
screen printed on the
It's a real
shoulder
one.
strap.
And
It's
you know
a
what?
real one.
The funny thing is, it's the only brand that has been selling out to the cheaper brands, and they just deliver a really, really good product. I see. We have this brand here in Denmark called Texas. I don't know why they call it Texas. It's called Texas. It's a cheapo brand. It's Chinese. It's 100% Chinese crap. But back in the day, they would buy Komatsu Sanoa products for trimmers and strimmers and all that. And you know what? They still run to this day. They're 25 years old. They still run, and they run great. So Komatsu sold out to, whatever name brand they wanted. But it's a good machine. The only problem is parts.
Parts.
You
That's
can't
my
get
main
parts.
issue.
Yeah, you can't get parts.
Well, they're expensive parts. This one, the air cleaner and the air cleaner cover, there's a little screen that goes in there. Oh, it's crazy expensive.
Yeah. If you here, if you can even get them.
I store
Really?
as many parts as I can.
Yeah.
No way, Bruce. You don't do that, do you?
I'm
You're not
the quintessential cheap date.
Bruce,
You
you're not the kind of
are.
guy. Bruce,
Dude,
you're not the kind
you
of
should
guy.
embrace that.
I
Bruce,
do.
you're not the kind of guy that has buckets all over but use parts
No.
for everything. No,
I got
good.
boxes you can't see into them.
Now we all got boxes like that, Bruce.
Oh
And
yeah.
drawers and shelves and stuff. Yeah.
The only thing I do that's different than most guys is I clear out the garage floor so that my wife can park in there, and that's actually a real positive thing because I have this space as big as her car that I can work on.
Yeah. and you don't get yelled at.
No. I was going to hold up my first paycheck. 320s.
Nice.
Spring's late, but it is going to be 28 degrees tomorrow, which is almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
You know what,
here in
guys?
Red Deer.
I was feeling the worst this year, but I mean, I've been busy in the shop. Don't get me wrong, but it hasn't been like, yeah, you have to call me next Thursday in order for me to be able to
Yeah.
store yours. No, it's been coming sort of at a roll. Like
Yes.
I do 2 or 3 tractors or 2 or 3 mowers, and when I'm done, I ship them out. Someone else calls. Yeah, I can do that, and then it's been more. There's been more of a flow in it this year. I don't know what that's
Nice.
about.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's
I've
super
been-
nice. It's super nice.
It's been opposite for me this year, Klaus. I've just been bombarded. I have people this year turning up and say, "Oh, I've got some stuff. Can you look at?" Yeah, I'm going to turn up with 6 pieces of equipment each. It's been mad.
That's because
Like that.
you're in the newspaper.
Yeah, it's all right, but then you got 6 pieces of kit, and you got to get through that lot, and you got other bits on top. I don't.
No, I'm right on.
I much prefer one item per customer.
Like Klaus, I'm just perfect. My buddy Keith brought in that one with the egg sucking dog lawnmower, and then now they're coming in. He traded in 2, and now I'm just working on those. And I got a Honda 3500 generator on frame, not plastic, coming in on Tuesday, which is great.
Now, I just had the today. This morning, I had the local nursery. They came in and picked up couple of pieces of equipment. I just service lawnmower, hitch trimmer, blah blah blah, and 5 minutes after they left, somebody's called. Can you look at my garden tractor?
Well, that's nice. That's perfect.
It really is, because the stress level for my biggest issue is space, right? And I have this agreement with my
Final frontier.
Yeah, it is the final frontier. I call it my better half, but I don't leave stuff outside.
Yeah, same as me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Sue. No, and it's a thing that when I built my shop and we decided we don't want stuff outside because it looks.
Look,
Like
I've got 4 machines on the lawn right now, and they're for sale.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I this year I've had no issues. I don't have to tell people that I can do it, but call me next week. It's been sort of a flow in it. It's kind of nice.
You think that's because of the electric bringing the demand down just a little bit?
Yes, I think so.
You know what? Maybe. I really don't know. I live.
I got some rednecks around here that are going to electric, so they have to be happening worldwide.
Yeah, I don't know, Bruce. It may
we
be.
noticed, we noticed it last year at Semtex. Nearly every stage is all about batteries.
Yeah,
you have to struggle to find anything to do with petrol.
But you got to remember at Semtex, they want you to sell your stuff. So
is that the same as Tampax?
Yeah,
very similar.
Semtax, you shove it up the other hole, Stella.
Hey.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Hey, don't be mad at tapes. Don't worry about it.
You got to remember with Soltex, Conk, is that it's not necessarily what Klaus just said. It's not about them selling your stuff. It's more of an exhibition of telling you what is coming. So and don't forget some of the stuff out. Some of the stuff out there, Klaus, like the big diesel Kubota dumpers and what have you, are now battery powered, and they're the same high quality build of stuff without a doubt.
Yeah,
but it's just battery power. So it is just an innovation exhibition where they're showing you what is coming, and some of the stuff is absolutely mind-boggling. I'll give you an example. Dennis lawnmowers, cylinder mowers, they've got GPS mapping on them. They've got their own onboard computer systems on there, and it's just absolutely out of this world what they can fit to a 30-inch cylinder mower.
I just want to know where all that electricity is coming from. Yeah,
coming from somewhere, mate.
So, Klaus, why can't you store those mowers behind the shop?
I don't have space behind the shop.
Really?
Behind my shop, I have a small area. There's a big box of old Briggs and Stratton parts, and next is a lawn. And
so I remember you telling me not so long ago that Anita said to you about moving. So what I think that's an option where you should be looking for someone with bigger grounds.
Yeah. See, the thing is, about 10 years ago, I looked at her seriously and said, I want a place where I can repair mowers. And she says, okay. And then I said, I want to move to a place where I can have the space for it. And she goes, no. And I figure, so what do we do? Just build a shop. I built, and she said, what? And I did. I built a 40 square meter shop. It's not a garage. I know it isn't. Brainhead. But
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
You're not helping.
Well, it sounds to me you built it in the wrong place in your yard because you built it closer than you have room behind it to store all that crap.
No, we got building codes and shit. But I have 40 square meters. They're all mine, mostly. And sometimes it would be nice to be able to say to people, just bring him. But I can't because everything that's inside the building is insured. I have an insurance for in case of fire or burglary. Everything that's outside the shop is not insured. And I don't want to sit at the porch or in the garden having a nice Sunday dinner looking at old mowers. I'm sorry, I don't.
Well, there's another side of the shop. That's what I'm getting around to. The back side of the shop.
What you can do there, Klaus. See, I came up with a cunning plan about that issue, Klaus, where you don't want to be
built it in the wrong spot.
No, it's not just that. If you want to have a barbecue and invite friends round, but you don't want them sitting staring at unsightly lawnmowers, what you do is you place their chairs facing the house where they can't see them. Just turn the chair around.
You know what?
It's all a matter of perspective.
I don't think that even Sue buys that one, Mick.
It's all about the yin and the yang. Once you've got your yin and yang sorted out, you're sorted.
Yeah. But see, I have my yin out in the shop, or my yang is sitting right in here.
I'm a bit strange.
Guys, I have to say, I do agree with it. I don't want to look at old mowers or garden tractors parked around. So the deal is, whatever can be in the shop stays in the shop, and I can't have more than that. So I tell people, you know what? I don't have room for you. Let's meet next Wednesday.
It's called lawn ornaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
All you got to do is just get like a couple of pot plants and just put a pot plant on a mower.
Stella, you're the boss of your own household. You can do
Stella, that is just so sexy.
The mowers too.
You've turned my head, Stella. I'll tell you. You've turned my head, girl.
Now here's the stuff I don't want to look at.
A lady after my own heart. Bless her little heart. Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. I better watch it. My laptop's starting to lift off.
A lady after my own heart.
Stella, where do you get all those mowers?
People, most of the time, people bring them to me. And, Mick mentioned that. I think that at least where I live and most of the people that come bring me stuff, to take stuff to the, municipal, recycle, dump, tip, whatever you guys want to call it, is like a 45-minute drive. So they just rather bring me their mower that needs tune-up and the other 3 that's been sitting in their garage for the past 8 years, and they bring those to me. So that's where I get a lot of them from.
A good source of spare parts as well.
Absolutely. The last one that I showed you, that's what I call my boneyard. Those are ones that have no chance of repair at all. The ones under the tent, those actually have potential for me to fix up and flip if I ever get into the flipping mode, which I just detest flipping mowers. So that's why they're there.
Yeah. To me, it's bloody sexy as hell.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby, yeah. Keep drinking. Oh yeah.
You got to get me another one now.
Yeah. Cheers, Stella.
Sorry, I had to leave quickly.
Yeah, but see, I can't do that, and it's as simple as that.
You can do it. You just
don't want to do it.
You're just afraid of your partner. No, you need to take these big, bold
I'm not afraid. I'm scared shitless.
Well,
okay.
Must be talking marriage.
Yep. Yeah. It's close. I do whatever I want if Anita wants me to.
My sister's been married so many times she's got race marks on her face.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Joe.
but I mean, it's
She laughed.
it's a thing. We all have to get
There you go.
along. and,
John T says perfectly. Just say Mick said it.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's smarter than that. She says, "I don't buy it," and then
You say that's false because I ain't selling it.
and then she looks me very, very, very hard in the eye. She goes, "No."
Yeah.
And that's a hard no. I mean, I'm telling you,
what it is. You're spending too much time in a conversation with her. See, Klaus, you need to just say what you need to, and then try and retreat quite quickly. That's what I do.
Yeah. Tell you what, Mick. Next time you come over, you try it. Okay?
Yeah, no problem. I can really start a row.
Yeah. Try that, and you'll get the no.
How many? I was gone for a bit. How many years have you been with Anita?
Careful.
16, 17. Yeah.
I think with that many years, you guys have probably figured it out by now. So good for you.
She has, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, she has. No, and you know what? It's not. I do agree with her. I don't want to look at old lawn tractors stored outside. I don't, and it's just the way I am. It's
my biggest problem is, Klaus, is that for me, I get in a lot of broken mowers. So I'll go and buy a job lot of, say, 15, 20 mowers.
Yeah.
You can't put those inside.
5 of them, I should just pull up at the tip and throw them straight away. You know, but I've had to buy those to get what I call the gems out of it. So, yeah, half the stuff I've got, I could quite easily just get my trailer around and fill up my trailer with 25 mowers and just ship them out, get £100 for scrap, and then move on. But that's the problem I have, is that so many of the stuff I get is just they're not keepers. But you look at it and you think, we could use that. That cord was definitely going to come off, you know, or that pull cord too. And before you know it, you've got a bins full of pull cords and fuel tanks and bits and
right.
I have a box outside the shop that I
have lots of boxes, lots.
Yeah, but it's a big. It's a big
mixed
thing.
boxes look like lawnmowers.
I know, but
I went to Costco and bought the big yellow and black ones, and I've got 7.
Thing is, I bought it because I was watching this guy. I don't know what's his called, like Bruce Pender something. Doesn't matter. He stores stuff. I said I want to do that, so I bought this big thing.
Oh, James.
Hey James, and I store stuff. And last time I went there in the box to pick something out, it wasn't for my benefit. So I stored a pull cord for like, I don't know, 5 years. Guy comes in.
That's okay.
Guy comes in and goes, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, and I put it on and said, what can I charge this guy? I can charge him £10 tops. I stored it for 5 freaking years.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter.
And I can only charge £10.
But you ain't got to feed it, have you? You ain't got to feed it or look after it, have you?
Well, $40 for the bin.
I had to explain why the box was there. but other than that, you know what? If people comes in, they want something fixed and say, okay, it's gonna be this and this and this, and they go, okay, I buy it new. I know it works.
That's true. But you know, but for me, there's a lot of people that really can't afford to pay me what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay. And for me as well, I just don't want to waste the time taking all this stuff apart and then finding somewhere else to store it. Just leave the whole thing out there. And if I need it, I'll pull the part off of it at the time.
I remember that video Bruce done a while ago.
If I had the space,
yes,
I'd do exactly that.
Right.
Do you remember the video Bruce done about a year ago where he was looking for, I think it was wheels, I think.
Yeah,
and he took us for the first time into his part shed. He opened the door and Bruce went, ta-da! And I went, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, if I had a shed like that, I would have wheels and blades.
The problem
and
is that
boards.
the parts are starting to take more room than the personal things that you put in a shed, like hoses, lawn, wheelbarrows, shovels, rakes.
Yeah.
That stuff all
Yeah.
belongs in the shed too.
Yeah, all that crap's just out in my yard.
No, but I mean,
But then I went and bought 6 big tubs from Costco, and one is just wheels, one is
no, but I mean,
wheel
when you
adapters,
guys,
so yesterday I needed a thatcher blade, you know, the ones with the springs. I don't think they use them much in the UK.
No, we don't.
But we use them here. They work. And I went and I found 15 of them.
Yeah.
So I don't need 15 thatcher blades because they're universal fit. So I'm going to have to maybe purge those.
No, but I mean, the thing is, whenever I pick something out of my stock, it's never to my benefit because I can't.
Yeah, but you're going to use that to repair a lawnmower and then give the guy a bill. Tell him it's a used part, $20, carry it forward.
No, Bruce, but if you do like Mick does, I mean, he flips mowers. He will take a mower in.
I mostly flip, yeah.
Yeah, he'll take a mower in, he does his thing, and he sells it. I don't do that.
I'll be right back.
I mean, if I was flipping, it would be great because you come in with a mower. It's a perfectly good mower. It just have a bad recoil. You go out and you take a used recoil in your storage and 150 pounds. Let's go. I don't do that.
Well, you should.
Well, well, yes, I should, but I tried that and I haven't made any money on it. So I decided I make more money on fixing people's stuff.
Mm.
That means
I do too.
It comes
which
in.
Which is why they stay outside untaken apart. So I just leave them there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I decided that it's if I'm gonna ask people to pay me to do a repair, I'm gonna do a repair well. That means new parts.
That's what flipping is.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Make get down. Make get down. Get down. Yeah. Nice.
They're all prime mowers.
Okay, guys.
And I prefer flipping now.
I'm
When I fix something for somebody, I get too nervous.
Let's do 2 hours.
Right,
all right, Conk.
All right. Thanks again for a lovely evening. We've had some really interesting conversations tonight. As always, it's the eclectic view. It's brilliant. Loads and loads of comments again. We still got 26 people, so brilliant. Thank you all.
How many likes have we got
on the panel? Each and every one of you. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you very soon. Anyway, take care.
Thank you for having me, Phil. I appreciate it.